Anthony and Katie Thompson's Widden Stud in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales is always one of the highlights of our Inglis Easter previews, with their flying yearlings galloping around the grassy paddocks in the Widden Valley. This year they have another fantastic draft featuring their wonderful broodmares and top stallions, including star sire Zoostar. Anthony, it's just fabulous being here at Widden Stud and seeing this greenery around. I mean, it's been so long. You've been through a tough time. It's so hard keeping these horses fed to the mark, and you certainly have done that. You can see that in these yearlings, but so great to see it the way it is.
Yeah, well, we're farmers in Australia. We've had droughts before. We've had fires, and then recently had some floods, so we've seen it all, and that is Australia. But no, the horses have done really well. You can see now we're right in the middle of a magnificent season and how quickly it's turned around. And these guys are really blossoming, they're thriving. And your stallions are as well. I mean, Zoostar, we've seen, of course, Sunlight, the champion filly, she was crowned, and Zoostar himself with just so many fabulous performers. Nakoni, Nature Strip flying the flag for him, but he gets so many other stakes performers too, and so many of the other boys too. Yeah, a lot of stakes winners. Obviously, Zoostar leads the way. It was nice to see him get his champion in Sunlight. So many stakes winners this year. He's up to 7 now. Nakoni's having a great run, as you mentioned. Star Witness is on fire. He's got some lovely 2-year-olds and having a really hot run at the moment. And yeah, really great season behind us with the 2 new boys launching Trapeze Artist and written by. We're thrilled with the job they did at Stud. So it's been a great year for Widden. We start with a filly by Zoostar, lot 43. From Lucky Angel, the dam is by the Super Sire Redute's Choice and is a group placed half-sister to Hoystar, Prisoner of Love, Sportsman. And the 2 half-brothers, they're already winners too. This girl's just a really fabulous filly, isn't she? She absolutely loved to run. Yeah, lovely moving filly. When she walks on the parade, she's got a big stride, a huge action, and you can see here in the paddock she really floats. Bred on the same cross out of a Redute's Choice as Haute Bronheur. Chris Waller's very good filly, Group 2 winning filly for the Listons. And this filly, I think she's a lovely example of what you expect with Zoostar. That big action, lovely type and great temperament, and I'm sure she's going to be a very, very popular filly down at the sales. Our next filly is by Star Witness, lot 155, from Ready Asell. She's a more than ready mare who won 5 races herself. This is, of course, the half to Accession, who won the Inglis Nursery, was a Group 2 runner-up as a 2-year-old, and of course already, Im, an elite 2-year-old, flying the flag for Star Witness. As you mentioned, he's had some lovely 2-year-olds too, and this is exactly what you would expect from this matchup. Yeah, this filly's got a lot of grunt. She's got great presence, and I think she looks, just a really lovely Star Witness filly. Of course, he had the great filly Global Glamour, and what a wonderful story she was. And as you mentioned, on fire with his 2-year-olds, the recent big 2-year-old winners, horses like Im running through there, Amish Boy. So I think this filly, yeah, she's bred to run nice and early. Of course, Secession was a very good 2-year-old, and out of a more than ready mare. She's a great outcross as a future broodmare, and I'm sure this is a filly that's going to have a lot of admirers. She's certainly caught the eye of all the parades we've had here on farm early days. You can see why, just have a look at her move. Our next filly, lot 502, by Im Invincible from Intimate Moment. Now, we know what an enormous job Im Invincible is doing. He's just an absolute sensation. And the dam's by Dubawi. She won the Epona Stakes, and of course it is the family of the Coolmore Stud Stakes winner Exceedance. The half-sister Arousal is very promising too. So there's plenty of upside in the pedigree, and this is just a stunning filly, and friendly too. She was keen to come and say hello to us both. She took a shine to you, Caroline. Yes. I mean, when you think of Easter fillies, this is everything you'll really look for. Of course, Im Invincible, his fillies are just taking all before him. Out of the Dubawi mare, so you've got international flavour, but she was a very good Australian race mare herself, a Group 3 winner. She was good in a couple of Group 1s in the mix in the Queen of the Turf, and that big pedigree behind her, and a very current pedigree, the pedigree of Exceedance, of course, who won the Coolmore this year, as you mentioned. But yeah, she's all class, this girl. She has that blue blood pedigree and that classical classy look. A 14 November foal, so she's not that early, but you can see she's got enormous quality and a great future. Obviously, Arousal looks a really nice filly. She was a $1.1 million yearling herself, the first foal of Intimate Moment.
Lot 391 is a filly by Schnitzel from Comprende. Now, Schnitzel, we know, a three-time champion Australian sire. I mean, this is just, you know, through the Daniel Redoutes into Schnitzel, this is, you know, the best sire line going around. And out of an Im Invincible mare, who's, you know, just challenging Schnitzel as far as champion sire honours too. The dam's after excites the ladies, a ladies' night out. So the family's constantly being upgraded, you can see. And this is a really elegant, relaxed sort of filly, and she looks a bit of a good doer as well.
Yeah, she's a filly with a lot of grunt. This is a very current family, as you say, and a very fast family. But it's a family renowned for getting great types. Comprende herself's a very, very good-looking mare, and I think this is a gorgeous first foal. It's all you want, speed on speed. You've got a filly here that's got that snitzel action. She's got a huge walk on her, great girth, but she's got an Im Invincible look about her. She's won with love from day one. She's been a star of the farm, and you can see there's a bit of wow about her. She really does have that X factor.
Lot 438, the first of the colts here at Widden for Inglis 2020, is by Fastnet Rock from Fast on Grass. So it is the same cross as Fox Wedge, the dam, a fast US Stakes winner. And you bought a pretty well-named mare as well. She was a speedy individual too, but this is just kind of that powerful, perfect Fastnet Rock. A great mover. It does that beautiful natural flying change. So really athletic. I just loved him.
Yeah, he's a super colt. This is the type of Fastnet Rock everyone wants to breed. A real two-year-old and real speed, and you can see he's got the most magnificent hindquarter, a lovely athletic horse, a great head for Fastnet Rock, a heap of quality. He's a real special colt. I think when you look at the job Fastnet's doing, it's these type of colts that really lead the way for him. I think he'll be on the stallion syndicates. Those guys will be looking long and hard at a colt like this. And I imagine the boys at Coolmore will be really thrilled when they see him, because he's a great advertisement for their champion sire.
The next of the colts, lot 449 by the sadly late Sebring from Fleeting Touch, who's just been a fabulous mare for you here at Widden Stud. 6 to race, all winners, including, of course, the Sire's Produce winner Running Tall. Just such a beautifully related mare herself, and this is just typical of what she throws.
Yeah, she's been a fabulous mare, Fleeting Touch. She does a wonderful job, and this Sebring colt is just a beautiful example of what Sebring can do. This colt has great presence. He stands over good ground. He really handles himself well, and people are just drawn to him. Whether you see him in the paddock or whether you see him in the parade, he'll be that sort of horse at Easter where people say, "Who's that colt?" And he just has great that real X factor, that real presence. You know, you look at this colt and you'd be thinking he's going to be a nice 2-year-old, and he's a horse that'll really train on at 3. You could see him getting him up to 1,400 metres or a mile. Like a midshipman out of the family, has been the champion colt in America, won a Breeders' Cup over a juvenile over a mile. And this horse is sort of that lovely sprinter miler, and just a bit of a wow colt from day one. And
finally, a colt just I think everyone's dying to see, really. Lot 212 by Zoostar from Solar Charged. Of course, the full brother to your champion Sunlight and her group-winning sister Sistar, plus the half to a kindergarten stakes place getter in Sheikah too. So he's just absolutely gorgeous, isn't he? Just powerful. He's got that great bone, huge back end on him, and he's really sensible, isn't he? I mean, he had a bit of a fright. There was a helicopter flying around, but he kept it together, and he was just happy in his own company down the end of the paddock and chilled. I mean, he's just got everything going for him.
Yeah, he's the boss. You know, the full brother to the champion. He's been the big dog from day one, and he's that sort of horse. He's a beauty, and we've been lucky enough to have a hell of a ride with Sunlight and really enjoy everything she's done, from the Magic Millions right through, you know, fabulous in the slipper, and then to come out and dominate as a 3-year-old. You know, to beat the older horses in the Newmarket's a rare feat. History tells you that not many 3-year-old fillies have ever been able to do that. That magnificent trifecta for Zoostar in the Coolmore was a fabulous day. So yeah, I mean, for her to be awarded the champion 3-year-old filly was a no-brainer, and then to have a colt like this sitting at home in the paddock, you know, it's been a great time to watch him and spend time seeing him really go from that superstar foal right through now to coming to the sales, and we can't wait to present him. We've held him back for Easter, and I think when we get there, you know, he's a pretty special colt, and I'm sure he'll demand a pretty special attention down there at the sales.
You know, as you said, you know, in 150 plus years here at Widden, you've been through, you know, droughts and fires and floods before, but, you know, it's a credit to you. The horses look fantastic. You know how to manage horses in this sort of environment, and they've come out the other side. Absolutely a treat.
We're very lucky, this Widden Valley. It has an amazing history of just producing good horses, and over the years it doesn't matter you know what's been thrown at us, there's still some amazing horses come out of this valley year in, year out. In some ways, you know, the valley can make up for the few mistakes we make if you get the mating wrong and a few other things. You back the land and this environment and this amazing valley to make sure that you know, the horses always perform at the elite level on the track. So we're very, very lucky. They do have a great head start here, and you know, history says that the horses bred and raised at Widden are going to win the top races year in, year out. So that's something we're very proud of, and something that, you know, we go to the sales with great confidence knowing that.